Yo, 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 yo. We back. We back. We back. We back. That like button. Hit that like button, man. We got Mr. Blue the Light. Mr. Blue the Light is back. JB. It is. Yeah. That's Mr. Blue the Light, yo. That's what we call it. I don't know. He ain't admit it. He might as well admit it. He might as well admit it. You know what I mean? I think he'll sleep better at night. If he was to admit the truth, which is he's the reason, the sole reason why Biggie is no longer with us. I think Jane did. I think he better sleep at night, man. I think he can finally get over this hatred he got for Diddy, and just take accountability for the role he played in it. You know, you gonna blow the light and don't tell the rest of the guys? Like, come on, man. Fuck you, the head of security, man. How the head of security gonna say blow the light and don't tell the rest of the crew? Talking about, they just supposed to know. Ain't nobody no mind readers out here, man. How they just supposed to know? Yeah, that's I'm trying to help him do it, JB. You know what I mean? Maybe by us bringing it to the light, it'll help him, come clean and move past it. You know what I mean? Right now, it's hurting him, though, man. It's hurting him. He can't stop talking about Diddy. He can't stop talking about that night. I told you it was like Groundhog's Day. Y'all remember the movie Groundhog's Day, where every day he woke up to the same thing? I think that's what Jane Dale go through with Biggie death. I think every day he wakes up. Man, I don't even know what he doing, yo. I didn't watch it yet. Somebody told me about it early. I think every day Jane Dale wakes up, he relives the night that he blew the light. You feel me? And Biggie got murdered, man. I really do. Nigga be having nightmares about that shit. Can't get past it. But instead of him admitting that he made some mistakes that night, he rather blame Diddy. I just don't think it's helping. You understand? I don't think it's helping Jane Dale to keep blaming Diddy for the situation. And it's obvious. At least we know. I don't know how many other people know, but at least we know the reason why we lost Biggie, man. But let's check him out. Let's see what he got to say. So he spoke on Diddy's sentencing. Let's see what he got to say about it. Mr. Blue the Light. Queen Supreme. This is Mr. Blue the Light right here, y'all. Don't ever hire him to be no security. Yo, we clear?
Diddy trial or the Diddy story.
Y'all don't ever hire him to do security. He ain't busting nothing. I mean, if you hired him to be your security, you are in danger. I'm trying to tell you, because that nigga ain't shooting a goddamn thing. 6'7", big as can be. He might have fight, at least back in his younger days. He might have fought. But when it came down to that trigger play, man, this nigga gonna run, duck, hide, and then get mad when he can't get a job. Like, it's crazy. Just think about that, though, y'all. Just think about how delusional you gotta be, right? To be a security guard, right? Just follow me for a minute. To be a security guard and tasked with one of the, bodyguarding one of the biggest artists in the game, and that artist get murdered. You ain't shoot no shot, right? And he ain't just get murdered. You ain't just shooting no shots. But then you are appalled that you can't get another job. Like yo, that if that ain't the fucking epitome of delusion, I don't know what I don't maybe I don't know what the definition of delusion was. If I was Jane Dale and I made the mistakes that he made the night Biggie got murdered, I wouldn't be expecting another job in motherfucking in security. Straight up. I wouldn't be expecting another job in security. Yeah, maybe middle school police. I forgot. You know, he can be the park police. But when it come down to bodyguarding artists or entertainers, man, I'd have known that ship sailed. And he probably did know. It's just hard for him to accept it, even still today, 20, 40 years later.
Well, since this is going to be my last Art of the Dialogue interview, and the Diddy trial and the Diddy saga is over, like the Gene Deal story ain't bigger as the Diddy trial or the Diddy story.
Yo, the Jay Deal story is short. It's sweet. Matter of fact, I just explained to y'all the whole Jay Deal story. It's fucking. And then you can explain the Jay Deal story in 2 minutes. I just explained to y'all, right? He was there the bodyguard. He was the head of security. He didn't shoot no shots. He had a lapse in judgment. Told Diddy to blow the light. Didn't notify the rest of the guys. Biggie was murdered. He came back, didn't shoot nothing, and got fired. You know what I mean? That's the story. That's the Jane Dale story, y'all. Now he's online, not taking accountability. The end. You feel me? That's it.
Man, I feel good, man. I feel good way before the sentencing, and I'm gonna feel good way after it. You know what I'm saying? That the sentencing don't have anything to do with
Marcel,
how
what's
I
up?
feel. It just goes me to show that tells me when God puts you in a position and puts you in a place uh, to be involved in something.
Yep, that's it.
His word ain't never wrong. It is exactly what I said on my show. I said, Diddy gonna end up doing 24 months in prison. The judge gave him 50 months, but you gotta realize he already had 14 months in it, practically. And he's going to get credit for 2 months of that 14 months. That give him 16 months.
Yo, Diddy ain't gonna do all that time, y'all. Watch. Y'all go see. Diddy probably do like another 8 months.
He's going to do 24 months, which is going to give him about 30 months because he only had to do 85% in the feds, and he goes to probably a halfway house. So he got off like a fat rat in a cheese factory. But for a dude like Diddy going to jail and spending all that time, I'm not saying it's going to be rough or nothing like that because his former president of Bad Boy, Kirk Burrows, went to federal jail. You understand? Lil Kim with the federal jail. So, because the type of dude he is, he'll make it, he'll be all right. And plus, they're going to send him to a camp, bruh. He'll be in somebody camp or somebody dormitory, whereas that it'll be real light for him. So, he'll see the streets back again in 24 months. He'll be out within 2 years. It seems like a lot saying 50 months and everything like that, but it's not really a lot.
Yeah,
not at all,
he going
bro.
in short.
It's not a lot at all. You know what I'm saying? I know for an executive, somebody who's been a jet setter, somebody who's been going all around the world, been in all kind of, stadiums, galas, and living in mansions. It's a lot of people who lived in mansions that's in federal jail. You got Senator Melendez from Jersey in jail. You got a lot of them in jail doing way more time than him. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be all right, man. I think that, he got off like a fat rat in the cheese
He one of the
factory,
worst, y'all. Like, yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Gene Deal to me ain't no different than Cassie and the rest of them people, yo. Like, I told you, I don't respect these dudes. Like, yo, you sat around, got employed by this man for years, took his money, then only come back to talk about how bad of a person he was. called him the devil and how evil he is. But you took his money. At one point in time, well, I can't even say that. I was gonna say at one point in time he was gonna risk his life for Diddy, but no, I don't think he was ever risk his life for Diddy. I ain't gonna lie, he'd have blew the light too. If they'd have blew that Diddy, he'd have blew the light too. So at least he presented himself. At one point in time, he presented himself like he was gonna risk his life for him, like he was willing to die for him. I'm glad they did get away from his ass. They would have been murdered, fuck around with Jane Dale. Straight up. Yeah, he definitely go. He ain't risk his life for nobody. You heard me? That man scared to death. Them shots got to fire. He got the ducking of the cars and shit.
He got off based on how the judge started the whole
Yeah,
sentencing.
y'all.
He was
Yeah, he
talking about
goofy, y'all.
coercion. He was talking about relevant conduct. He was talking about. He even said that with Diddy conduct and what he was doing, he should get
All up did it.
a sizable sentence or something like that.
That's what I said.
You
Like
know,
I don't
like
even understand how he was even allowed to get this big. Like when we start respecting those, like we ain't never respect them people in the community, man. Like we never respected the friend that or just anybody, the acquaintance that when everything was good, it was good. They had nothing but nice things to say about you. And then when you separate from it for whatever reason, now it's this, that, and the third. And we never respected them people, yo. I don't know when we start respecting these guys. You feel me? Like, this man doesn't deserve respect on no level. You was with that man 24/7. We wouldn't even know you if it wasn't for that man. But now, years later, you getting online. What's up, nigga? Hey, nigga, appreciate the $6. Cash app. Now you getting online, pushing. A lot of them false narratives that was placed on Diddy, it was placed on him by this guy. You know what I mean? The Usher situation, the Justin Bieber situation. A lot of that shit came straight from Jane fucking Dale. Mr. Blow the Light.
sentences should be a large sentence. And
yeah, that's all he had to do.
AJB,
you ain't lying. AJB, all he had to do is shoot once, yo. If Jay did would have shot once, I'd have been cool. You know what I mean? If when Biggie got murdered, he just shot one time, I'd have been like, yo, you know what I mean? He tried, at least he attempted it. Man, that man ain't shoot shit. He ain't shoot a goddamn thing, man. And then it just make matters worse when he thought he still supposed to work after that. You feel me? Your thought after the biggest rapper in the world died on his watch, he thought he was supposed to get another job. What the fuck? Yeah. Hey, these niggas crazy. Like, how dumb can you be, yo? I wouldn't hire him. If I had a security firm, I wouldn't have hired his ass. I looked at his resume, like, oh shit, Biggie died on your watch? I'd probably call security on him. Like, get his ass out of here. This nigga's banned. I'd probably ban his ass from New York. Nigga crazy.
50 months. I don't see that as being large. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a third. I think the third of the guidelines were the probation report said. I think the probation report started at 72 months.
Right, I forgot about that, yo.
It's almost.
I forgot he chased the car down when the car was gone. Jay did one of them dudes, right? Let me tell you, Jay did Jay did one of them dudes, yo, when motherfuckers shoot up the block. Jay Dill come out of nowhere. The car is gone. He just shooting at the air. He fucking hit an innocent bystander. That's Jay Dill, man. Like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? They gone, bro. Fuck is you still shooting? put the gun up, man. He ain't gone, yo. He been gone. You know what I mean? You had the chance to shot it, you folded. You know what I mean? Go to the house, man. Better luck next time. Stupid ass nigga.
What was it? That's like 72 months, 50 months. Close to not even a third. It's a little over a third of what the probation report said he should get. But it is what it is.
So yeah, you're right. That definitely would have kept his job.
Wasn't enough for you. Yeah, listen to me.
If he'd have shot one shot, that'd have kept his job for real, Kendall. That's all he had to do. All he had to do when he went back to his agency and they be like, man, let me see your gun. That's right. Let me see your gun, man. And he had just one missing. Yeah, you know, he showed him a spent shell casing. He probably could have worked again. Now he probably never would have worked, you know, on a level of Biggie, but he probably could have bodyguarded uh Craig Mack, somebody, Lil C's. I mean, who else is rapping back then? Vita. I mean, you feel me? Something like that. He could have still made do, man.
I mean, man, what people don't understand is
112.
they look at the Mann
I
Act
mean,
as only being something about
yeah, one of them
prostitution.
niggas, Craig Mack.
There's different sections. If you read the Mann Act, it talks about coercion. It talks about somebody being beaten. It talks about a lot of different things in that Mann Act that gives people a lot of time, because you could get up to, I think, about 100.
Yo, now nigga talking about the racist ass Mann Act. Yo, the Mann Act shouldn't even be a charge no more, man. Like, yo, see this the shit that be pissing me off with these niggas. Like, here you go vouching for the federal government. You look at the man, nigga, fuck the Mann Act. That shit shouldn't be no motherfucking charge, man. That shit was racist from the beginning, from the onset, whatever one first. Shit was racism, man.
135 months for that Mann Act. You understand what I'm saying? You can get up to 135 months. That's close to 10 years, I think, or better. So it's different versions, it's different sections in that whole act based on
Yeah, I don't
what
know.
they
Y'all
call
shit
relevant
crazy.
conduct that you do in that stuff. And then he did a lot of he beat people, he drugged people. The judge even said this. You understand? The judge spoke about coercion. And no matter what
That shit is crazy.
what you call them, the jurors, said and thought and everything like that. The judge spoke.
So did he held these people mouth open and made them take drugs, or did he offer them drugs and they took it? Like, yo, is there what, like, yo, we gotta classify what drug people means? Yeah, I mean, cause we heard somebody else said that I was drugged, a sex worker. Like, yo, you was drugged. I always thought drugs was like putting a pill in your liquor or something. You feel me? Putting something in your drink. Like, yo, I don't think you can say you was drugged when somebody gave you something, told you what it was, and you took it. Like, I don't think that's, because I don't think you can classify that as drugs at all. What's up, Killjoy?
Spoke about his coercion, his relevant conduct.
I would never
spoke
call him.
about, mitigating circumstances. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the judge spoke about. Look at here.
Opiate addiction doesn't mean you're a bad person. That's not who I am. I'm Lois.
He got caught with drugs. Never got charged with the drugs, and the judge knew that. That's why
Yo, he never got charged for that. Yo, when you listen, right? Banfield, appreciate the $10 super sticker. Yo, when you fighting a serious case, depending on the seriousness of the case, yo, they not worried about no little ass bit of drugs, man. Like, yo, they try to paint that picture like that's not normal. I told y'all when I got booked, I got caught with weed. Yeah, it wasn't no weed in my charge papers. I mean, they locking that man up for a RICO. What you gonna give him, possession? RICO with a possession of narcotics. Like, yo, at that point it was nothing. At that point it was nothing, y'all. They didn't want to trip out that shit. They had bigger fish to fry, Mr. Blow the Light.
Judge said relevant conduct. You understand? He got caught with guns. Guns in the house with the serial number. The judge knew that. You understand? Relevant conduct. You understand?
Not a convicted felon.
That he didn't get charged with. The beating of Jane, hitting in the head, the assault, and all that stuff of Cassie.
Yeah, we talked about that.
All those things, they probably couldn't. I don't guess they could have charged him with them, but it came up in the trial. All that's relevant conduct. You understand? And people don't understand all the things that he was doing. Then the judge made a point. When you go and
Sometimes
talk to
TV.
the managers them, and you talk to people about hiding evidence. You understand? Remember the fact in the trial when it came up that he gave a guy $100,000 and some $100,000 or $100,000 to keep the tape that from cashing them? That's relevant conduct. Your judge was speaking about all that. So now,
Hey yo, I ain't gonna lie.
if
Hey, so what? So where? Hey yo, I ain't gonna lie. I'm intrigued to see what does he got to talk about now. Like I said, we already summed up his life story. Like we summed that up in 3 minutes, probably 2 minutes. I'm happy he's gone. Him, Jaguar, right? Like I think a lot of these people was a part of the play for real. You know what I mean? Like yesterday, yo. Like I really think Real Clips. Y'all remember Real? I really think Real was like an informant or something, yo. Like when we was talking about Diddy, he was here every day. Like I literally think yo, they put people online, probably in the comments and bloggers, to push rhetoric, to push nonsense. You know what I mean? Yo, Real was here every day when we was talking about Diddy. We ain't seen his ass since. You heard me? Ain't seen him since. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, don't put nothing past these people, man. Straight up. That I think Real was an informant.
doing that, and the judge is saying all of the stuff that he did that was wrong. What else? Having security take people, put them up in abandoned
He was
buildings
lying, yo.
and threaten them.
Yo, Gene Deal was the person that heard it all but saying nothing. You know what I mean? He heard it all but saying nothing. Like yo, most of these people, man, they just be talking. Yo, him, Jay, they just talking. Yo, because if they really had legitimate information, we seen how that case was poorly put together. We seen that they were struggling to prove their case. You got Jane Deal saying that, man. I heard Diddy had sex with Usher. You know, I heard Diddy did this to this person, Diddy did that to that person. Yo, but if that was the case, considering how weak the federal government case was, man, his ass would have been on that stand, man. At least as a character witness. They probably interviewed his ass like, man, we'd be a fucking fool to put this guy on the stand. You feel me? I'm telling you, bitch, Jaguar, right. I'm sure they all had FBI contact.
The judge had all that information. So it was no way this judge
I think he
was
was
going
the
to let
police,
Diddy
bro.
walk away and talking about Mark Allen, his lawyer, talk about,
I don't even think it's going to
I
take
want
that
him to
long.
walk out of court today. I want him only out of 14 months or whatever. Come on, man. The judge, after he made those statements, they was toying with the judge because they had made so many statements. The judge had made statements prior to any one of those lawyers speaking. How the hell could they even say some of the stuff they were saying? I thought when the lawyers, I was happy when Diddy's lawyers was speaking because they was burying them more than they was helping them.
Look, that was happy. Look, you fucking bitch. Yo, I tell you, I hate who are these guys, man? Yo, I was happy. Yeah, they was burying him. Yo, this man said he wanted Diddy to die. Yo, y'all remember that interview? Yo, he said he wanted Diddy to die, man. Kill himself in the joint, man. Yo, Jane Dale is a disgrace. I would highly be upset if he was related to me. For real. Like, if I found out Jane Dale was related to me, I would be pissed. Like, yo, what the fuck? How do we build something like this in the family? Like, this nigga's the most dishonorable person online. Like, I'm talking about he's the definition of dishonor. I just never seen nothing like this, yo. Like, how? We know he wasn't going to bodyguard nobody. We know that. But as the title of the bodyguard, like, how could you think this way about a person that you was tasked to throw your life away for? That is crazy to me. Like, if that ain't an indictment on your character, then I don't know what the fuck is. You know what I mean? Because if I was security, man, my job was the bodyguard, and I'm in close proximity with this person, and I know this person is a piece of shit. Yo, I can't take myself to keep taking your money. You know what I mean? Like, man, fuck, yo. But these guys will. You took that man money for years, left and came back. Here another one. Gene Deal was another one that left and came back. You worked with him, left and came back and worked with him some more. Like, come on, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here.
If you listen to what his lawyers were saying, based on them speaking for him, the best person that spoke for Diddy was Diddy this day. The best person that spoke for Diddy was Diddy. All that other stuff and all the things that he did and he got away with it, he going at Suge Knight and them with guns. You understand? There was testimony in the trial about that. There was testimony he going to Kid Cudi's house.
That wasn't real. Yeah, that shit.
Allegedly, Mike having somebody set his car on fire. Tearing up all his Christmas gifts. Throwing an ashtray, hitting somebody in the head with it.
Right.
Beating Cassie on multiple occasions. There was a lot of stuff that came out in the trial that the judge knew about it. So the judge couldn't just let him walk out of there with nothing. But the judge knew.
Yeah, he did.
Listen here, bro.
Yo, Kid Cudi, like I told you, Kid Cudi shouldn't even been able to testify, yo. Like, they allowed that man to testify, and that's probably why the case gonna get overthrown. Yo, they allowed Kid Cudi to testify to a situation that he didn't even know if it was existed or not. Like, yo, he testified that Diddy set my car on fire with no proof. No proof. Even when Diddy went up there with the Capricorn Clark girl, ain't no car get set on fire that night. Yeah, man. No car got, and she lied hella times on the stand, so we don't even know if that shit true, but let's just say it is true. She ain't never speak to no car getting set on fire. So for Kid Cudi to be able to testify to that was crazy. That's why I say I would expect this case to get overturned on the appeal. Did he probably do back another 8 months? We'll see though.
Him, well, not gave him, but let him off easy, bro. He got let off easy. And don't get me wrong, bro. I don't want to see a black man in jail.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Yo, I can't watch this. Yo, you serious, yo? That's the same shit. Yo, what these niggas got, like a playbook or something? Yo, Whack 100 pull the same moves. Like, yo, how the fuck you go on a 17-year campaign against the nigga, putting out wild allegations? Just said a couple weeks ago that he should hang himself. Now, yo, I don't want to see a black man in jail. The fucking nigga crazy. Hey, yo, he ain't lying. Yo, Tisa Tell's gonna be the first one there. Tisa Tell's coming to the Walk Home freak off. It's going down. Yeah, he the first person that was see him in jail. That nigga probably was happy as shit. That nigga probably celebrated when Diddy got booked. Thought his life was over. Now he don't want to see another black man in jail. The fuck out of here. I done heard him wish jail on several people.
I don't want to see a black man in jail. But I don't care nothing about Diddy going to jail.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
a big difference to me. I never want to see a black man going to jail based on the circumstance, based on the situation, based on...
But the guy that paid you for years, the guy that probably changed your life, you want to see him in jail. Man, these niggas is crazy. I can't. These niggas is wild, man.
He may not have the legal team because a lot of us get railroaded. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of us get railroaded. So I don't never want to see no black. Yo, that's what these cats gonna be saying. Yo, they want to see a nigga. Nah, bro. I fought to keep guys out of jail for 27 years.
Oh, Lord.
But do I care about him going to jail? Nah, I don't, bro. I'm sorry.
Yo,
God just gonna have to take...
And remember, y'all, all this is because he couldn't get a job again. Like, yo, his beef with Diddy is because he couldn't get a... Like, yo, this nigga is crazy, yo. Yo, somebody need to tell Jane Deal. Tell this man, yo, he ain't deserve another job. Please. Somebody need to tell him. Obviously, he haven't heard it. I might be the only one tell. Yo, you didn't deserve another job, bro. Yo, Biggie died on your watch. Regardless if you say you was there, the security guard, Diddy, or whatever. You was the head of security, yo. The nigga died on your watch. You didn't deserve another job, bro. Ever. Yeah, man, move on, y'all. Go motherfucking shit. Community park. You know, you could, it's a lot of things you could have done. Neighborhood liquor store, neighborhood lounge. You could have did security for them. Local rappers sometimes need security. Like, it could have been a lot of things he could have done, yo. But for him to sit back and act like he wasn't justified, or it wasn't justified as to the reasons why he couldn't get work, is crazy to me. Like, his hatred from Diddy, he said it. This is his words. His hatred from Diddy is because he couldn't get another job after, vape stores, weed shops, they need security. You could have worked for ADP, Brinks. You could have worked for the Brinks truck. Like, it's a lot of things you could have did, bro. You could have made a nice life for your Foot Locker security. You know what I mean? So that's what you could have did, bro. But yo, to sit back and be mad at Diddy for 17 years because you couldn't get another job, it's crazy to me. It ain't even 17. When did Biggie die? 97? We talking about, yo, you been mad at that man for 28 years, bro. Like, yo, Jane Dale is the epitome of not taking accountability.
That off my heart. But that's my enemy. He made it clear. He made it clear when he was sending at me, when he was doing when he was setting dudes up, when he was when he cursed Wolf mother out, when he set Wolf up to go at BMF.
Yo, this nigga is crazy.
He became my enemy, bro, as well as I became his. So why should I care? He did a whole lot of shit to a whole lot of people. And now he's paying for it. So all these cats, I guess y'all get y'all visitation rights. Some of y'all can get y'all conjugal visits right with him. I don't give a shit. That's how I feel about it, bro. So his letter to the judge, you understand? I read his letter. You understand? He was talking about how, disgusting, how shameful, how sickening he was, and how what he did to Cassie, he has to dream about that night after night after night after.
Agent.
Come on, man. And I understand you're going to say whatever you got to say to get out of prison. And I don't blame him for that.
But
you understand?
But
even stuff that I was talking about, and people was talking about, he don't know what he talking about. He admitted to, yo, Mighty, yo, Art, did I tell you that he got hooked on drugs when Kim Porter took that corkscrew and cut his wrist? They even brought that up in the trial. They brought it up today. The defense brought it up today. He brought it up in his letter that he'd been on drugs for 24 years.
Yo.
But when they brought it up.
So what the fuck is he talking about? What the fuck? They ain't say nothing about getting cut with no corkscrew in his arm or whatever the fuck he just said. Him being, this nigga Jane Dale was delusional, man. I'm about sick of his ass. I hope this is his last interview, like he said. Because he need to go away, man. He need to go to therapy, to be honest. Like, he need healing. He need to get past the Biggie situation. That's where all of this stems from. He need to get past the Biggie situation. Admit that he blew the light. He didn't fire no shots. And it haunts him. The right amount of therapy, yo, we can see a better Jane Dale, man. Less angry. Less deceiving coming from him.
He didn't say that's because I tried to beat my baby mama ass and she cut my wrist. They didn't add that to. That's why he had the operation on his wrist. You understand? They left that part out. But that's how he got hooked on those opiates.
He could have twisted an ankle or something, man.
So now, the letter that he wrote the judge, I guess the judge looked at that because he mentioned it. And then you got to understand, too, his kids spoke. He spoke about the kids in his letter. That he wanted to be a father, he wanted to be a son, and all that. And then the kids end up speaking in trial.
Man, what it is.
So, if the judge was looking at the probation minimum of 72 years, he may have a change of heart, because after Diddy spoke, he went and he said, we're going to do a 5-minute break, and he came back and did the sentencing. This was the longest sentencing probably in the history of the federal court, bro.
Jesus Christ. How the fuck you just make that assertion? What the fuck is he talking? Nigga be saying anything. Like, nigga, where's the statistical data that backs that up? Like, yo, we knew the sentence was gonna be long, yo. Most sentences are long. You know, you got witnesses that want to speak. You got victim impact statements. You got motherfucking, like, yo, I think every sentence that we seen lasted about this time. You know what I mean? On the state level, and I'm sure the federal sentences last about the same. Like, yo, you don't just go in there and accept time, yo. A lot of times people want to speak. You gotta go through the statement of facts. You gotta, you know, that's just how that shit works. It's a process.
I don't think it's been a sentencing this long in federal court. Usually they take 2.5 hours. You understand? 2.5, maybe 3 hours. This took what? 6, 7 hours. 6, 7 hours for the sentencing.
There's a lot to unpack, man.
He let everybody on Diddy's team speak. Each one of the lawyers. Not only one lawyer spoke about the victims.
Wasn't no victim.
Only one lawyer spoke about the victims. And I think that was a setup, because Diddy spoke about the victims. And that was Cassie and
Yeah, they
Jane.
do, yo. It's sad. They won't pay me,
he
though.
apologized to them for bringing Jane into his life and the whole 9 yards.
They pay
and bring her
fuck
to
boys.
his mess. But none of the lawyers spoke about the victim. One lawyer, the lady, she was crying on the stand. Did you know she was crying on the stand?
Nah, I ain't hear about that.
Nah, Cassie
The
wasn't no
female
fucking
lawyer
victim.
was
None of
crying
them
on the
girls no
stand,
victims.
man. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Man.
anybody that sat around and enjoyed the fruits of his labor wasn't no fucking victim. Like, there wasn't no victim. I'm sorry, yo. Like, Cash was a victim of domestic violence. Yo, but she wasn't no victim of sex trafficking. You understand? And I thought that's what the case was about, but kind of find out it wasn't never about sex trafficking. Like, the man really got sentenced for domestic abuse. It's crazy as it sounds. I know that charge wasn't on the docket. It wasn't in the charge sheet. It wasn't there. But somehow, some way, he still was allowed to be sentenced for domestic abuse. Like, shit is fucking crazy. I can't believe that people is allowing that shit to just go unnoticed. The man got sentenced for domestic abuse. The whole trial was about domestic abuse, but the charges was sex trafficking. He got found guilty on transporting prostitutes to engage in consensual sex and got sentenced to domestic abuse. Shit is crazy, yo.
But the judge said he's a puppet. The judge said, no, the prosecutor said he's a master puppeteer. He's a master puppeteer, she said. That shit was crazy to me, man.
No, he loved it.
Crazy.
He loved every minute of it. Your bitch ass. Somebody should slap yo.
And the lawyers, when they were speaking on Diddy being in prison and the circumstances him being in prison, I didn't never hear about this, and nobody ever said anything about this. And I want to know if it's in the prison records. They said one of the guards stopped a dude from shanking Diddy. Now, I'm like, if he was doing all this positive in jail, and they was talking about he was all the inmates loved him, and they was employing him and doing standing ovation. I wonder what inmate was trying to shake him. Was that one of the Tupac? Was that one of the Tupac fans, or that was one of Biggie fans? Because they said that the guard. They said that in court. One of the lawyers, one of the guards, stopped one of the individuals that was trying to shake him, bro. And that was crazy. Nobody. I never. That didn't leak. Everything leaks from prison, but that didn't leak. Nobody wrote home and said, yo, dudes is in here trying to stab Diddy up. But the lawyers mentioned that today. I want to see if they're going to investigate that right there. You know what I'm saying? And base that, or he probably used that, base that on trying to help Diddy getting into one of those camps or one of those programs that, you know, he ain't got to worry about nothing.
Love slots? The DraftKings Casino app's got you covered. They got tons of slots to choose from, like Huff and More Puffs, plus new ones exclusive to DraftKings. All these options, I feel like a slot machine. Winner, winner, early bird dinner.
New players play $5 and get 500 spins on Huff and More Puff. Plus, get a first day replay up to 1,000 in credits.
We hit the jackpot. You mean we? Ain't no we, ain't never gonna be no we. Better go on somewhere.
Yeah, they're a piece of shit. Can't stand people like yo, man.
And what's crazy is this, he got to worry about something now. You understand? Because he thought he didn't have to worry about nothing.
Yo, man.
Because he thought he was
for real, I can't stand these type of people, bro. I can't stand the person that sit around you and don't fuck with you. I mean, that's the Jane Deal type of nigga. Yo, it's a lot of people like that, yo. That's why when people say, yo, why you, yo, like, it's bigger than just Jane. Yo, it's a lot of people like this. Yo, they will sit around you, enjoy everything that you bring to the table. Meanwhile, they can't fucking stand you. The first chance they get to stab you in the back, they're gonna pull a Jane Dale on you. These type of people need to be eradicated. They dangerous, man.
Engagement. They was that bold enough to be setting up speaking engagements as if he was gonna get out of jail. They were saying that he was gonna get out of jail. He had speaking engagements set up for Miami.
Yeah, that's what she did. You're right.
The judge heard that, and I guess the judge was like, whoa, hold up. And then they brought in the guy from Reentry, who was an ex-prisoner who now he does reentry in Miami. I'm familiar with the reentry programs because we used to use them for the state too. Now, this guy spoke and said that it was more so not like a speaking engagement. It was more like a healing session. Hold up, you forgot the funny. Yo, they said this dude, one of the lawyers said that Diddy was a civil rights activist now. Can you believe that? He said he was a civil rights activist.
Like, yo, see, the thing is that pissed me off. Yo, they try to act like the nigga was all bad. Like, if we just watched the whole video that was played in court where Diddy was going to the schools, donating money. Like, yo, they really tried. And it's crazy. It's people like him that's doing it. Try to paint this man like he was fucking, like he was hell on earth. Like, I'm sure he had some bad qualities. I'm sure he probably, used this money to influence. But all rich people do that. Yeah, what the fuck is the point of having money if you ain't gonna make it work for you? You understand what I'm saying? Like, and you can only do that to people that's willing to allow it to be done. So that ain't something you can just do to anybody, because everybody ain't influenced by money. Yo, if you're influenced by money and you run across somebody with money, more than likely they're gonna get you to do what the fuck they want you to do. Like, that's not a crime in America. It happens daily. Like, we just gonna start locking up people that got money just because they making their money work for them, and people willing to do strange things to get around their money? I don't think we're gonna do that. That's why I ain't never respect this prosecution. It was always bogus. Because Diddy ain't the only one that does this. All people with money do this. On some level, they might not do it with freak offs. They might just do it in business.
They are going for they dropping all the jewels now. They trying to get this mofo out. They don't care what they gotta say, what lies they gotta tell. They on getting his way out, man. And if it was anybody else other than him, I would have been like, yo, get that brother out. When you don't care about your enemies, you don't care about people you don't f with, it didn't make a bit of difference to me. Let him go ahead and look back and see all the that he did. You know, and I believe he did, because once those drugs start wearing out his system, once he don't need those opiates no more, if he was off of them, you know, it was no proof. He ain't had no drug tests when he was in prison. You know what I'm saying? Drugs come through all those systems just like anywhere else. So then who's to say that he wasn't on some kind of substance? You know what I'm saying? But and once he got drug free and he's no longer those using those drugs now, he start getting his clarity back of who he may was, or who he should have been, or what he should have been doing. And maybe he's thinking about all the people that he did wrong to, and he don't have the drugs to cloud his mind no more. Don't you know that they said he was traumatized by the notorious? They didn't use Big's name. They said he was traumatized by his friend that was in the drive-by shooting in L.A.
Nigga, you traumatized too. You talking about, bitch? It was your fault, dumbass nigga. Maybe if you would have protected Biggie, yo, Diddy life would have turned out. Well, we blaming Diddy downfalls on Jane Deal. We blame everything is Jane Deal fault. Fuck it. The rest of 2025. If Jane Deal wouldn't have blew the light, yo, Diddy probably would have never went down this downward spiral, man. Your bitch ass would have did your job and made sure everybody got home safely. Then Diddy probably never put his hands on Cassie. He probably would have never even started freak offs. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I think Diddy loved the freak offs. He probably was doing freak offs back then. But the domestic abuse and the drug use probably never happened, man. We blaming Jane Deal for that shit. Fuck him.
Build a website you love with Wix.
Man, I told y'all this was soul selling and buying. They sold their souls and Diddy brought it, man. Yeah, man. Who fault is that? My soul ain't for sale, man. Somebody had shirts that say my soul ain't for sale. I think it was my song, goofy ass. Black Lives Matter, motherfucking ass. But anyway, if you selling your soul, people gonna buy that shit, man. It's not a crime in America. All this shit Jane fault. We blaming the RICO on Jane Deal. This whole situation could have been avoided if Jane Deal would have did his fucking job.
Oh, my brother, I was like, these lawyers will say any damn thing. They'll say anything right now to try to get this dude to walk out this door today. But they gave him 50 months, bro. They gave him 50 months, you know what I'm saying? And 50 months, it wouldn't be hard to do in no camp or no kind of program. He'll be all right. Like I said, if Kirk Burrows did a couple of years in the federal penitentiary, Lil' Kim did a couple of years in the federal penitentiary, he'll be all right. They ain't gonna have no problem with that. They said that Diddy, check it out. They said that Diddy started his own re-entry program and made up his own program in the prison system.
She was out of line too. She was out of line for testifying. All of them was out of line for testifying. Jane, 50 baby mother, Cassie, they was out of line for testifying against that man, yo. And not even just testifying, writing letters to the judge. Like, come on, man. Like, Cassie, you got paid, man. You feel me? You got 12 man gave you $20 million, man. Like, I'm sure, if it was up to Diddy, if he'd have known that they was going to come down on him and she was going to do that shit, I wouldn't have gave her a fucking penny. I'd have told her, see your ass in court. What the fuck you talking about? I ain't giving you shit. Even with the video coming out. Like, they ran a play on Diddy, man. They ran a play on Diddy. And like I was talking about yesterday, people act like, I'm saying, why are you so mad? Like, people didn't see what happened. Like, this was probably one of the most fucked up, malicious prosecutions through the media and through the court system that I've probably ever seen. I didn't really pay attention to Bill Cosby situations like that, but I seen what was happening. I know he got done dirty. But this prosecution was, this whole situation was crazy, from the interviews, the interviews, of the lies to the fucking they release another video. We still ain't get to the bottom of that. To release another video to the rating himself, still in this legal paperwork, then using him against him at a bail hearing. To the rhetoric, to the rhetoric that was pushed online. Like, yo, this shit was fucked up, yo. Yo, they pushed lies for 10 months on this man. To the lawsuits dropped. The fake lawsuits that nobody's gonna get any money from. Yo, they dropped the lawsuit before sentencing. They dropped the lawsuit before the jury got the case. Like, yo, this was fucked up, yo. Like, yo, we should all be mad about this shit, yo, because this can happen to anybody. If they can do this shit to Diddy, they can damn near shit do it to you and me and anybody in our proximity. You feel me? Yo, they ran a real media slander campaign against this man for 10 months, yo, built off lies. Like, I can see if they was telling the truth. Yo, most people came into this trial thinking that there was going to be kids involved. Like, people really thought that. I would probably say, if you weren't watching Keep It G News, I would probably say damn near everybody. Everybody that was in tune with this case thought kids was involved. Most people thought Diddy was ready to take down the whole industry and this was going to expose other people. And none of that was in court documents. None of it. So where did it come from? Where did this narrative of Diddy dealing with kids come from when it wasn't documented? Where is this narrative that it was going to be so many people in the industry involved come from when it wasn't in documents? And it was pushed on mainstream media, or at least blogs that's playing like mainstream media. You understand? Like Law and Crime Network and Newsmax and, you know, those type of things. This is fucked up, y'all. We're having a big homie CC. That nigga went on, he just pops up out of nowhere. You heard me? I think a lot of these guys federal informers, y'all. I be trying to tell y'all, I think I just be talking. I'm telling you, man, these niggas be working with these guys are police, man. They police. Yo, big homie CC pops up out of nowhere on Can Capone and go instantly viral. Instantly viral. All lies. No proof to back it up, no facts, no receipts, just him talking. Yeah, I mean, Diddy did this. You know, what the fuck yo said? That nigga said shit. I was in 3 accidents. That man went on Piers Morgan and said, you know, somebody want me to do this interview. You know, I was in 3 accidents this month. Yo, it was like the second week of the month. Like, yo, so you got in 3 accidents, yo, in 2 weeks. 3 in 2 weeks. What the fuck? You got an accident every other day. With black trucks is coming out of nowhere and pushing you off the road. Why they ain't just jump out and gun you down then? Like, if it was really that serious, like if what you saying is true, after the second attempt of just ramming you off the road and you ain't die, I would think, you know, the third attempt would be more, you know, more drastic. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna keep, I mean, what's the epitome of insanity is doing the same thing with different and expecting a different result. And we ain't just gonna keep ramming you off the road and you keep surviving. Hell no, next time we're gonna run your ass off the road, then we're gonna run you down. If that's the case. But it's a lie. And it was allowed to be told on platforms that got 1 million subscribers. Like, oh, come on, man. This shit was wrong, man. The whole situation.
Now, he didn't do any of this stuff until after he didn't take no drug courses, no drug classes. He didn't take he wasn't doing none of that stuff until after he came off the trial and he only had the Mann Act. So what the lawyers did was the lawyers then went and told him, yo, you got to see if you can start a program. You got to see if you could do some things, you know, so we can face this with the judge. And because this judge was a new judge, they tried to pull the wool over his eyes by saying Diddy was doing all these programs, Diddy was doing all this stuff. You understand? Because he's a better person. And now he knows.
Hey, Mark, the crazy thing about it, right? I said that shit the other day. Like, yo, they try to paint Cassie like she was in fear for her life. And when she took the elevator, yo. She took the elevator. Elevators take time to come. If Cassie was legitimate, you know, because the narrative that they painted, oh, she was running from a freak off. Yeah, and that was a lie, another lie I told. Because like I said before, and I'm always said, because we always got new people. If Cassie was running from a freak off, why didn't the escort worker testify? We got all these other irrelevant escort workers to testify about the things that they did, things that they're saying, things that they was a part of. But you failed to get the person that was there that could have basically closed the case. Could have closed the case. This was sex trafficking. Look, she tried to run. Then he came back and beat up and brought her back. And you got a witness that can vouch for this story? Man, that shit ain't never fucking happened, man. You feel me? That shit ain't happened. Yo, Cassie tried to take that man's phone and probably tried to take his drugs too. I think it was drugs in that bag. You feel me? She tried to take probably his money, his phone, his drugs, and then he reacted how he reacted. I mean, I ain't saying he should have reacted that way. I'm just saying that narrative of her running from a freak off wasn't true. That would have been the perfect witness to bring. Yo, never shut the door. Sex trafficking case closed. We got him. She tried to run from a fucking a freak off, and she got brought back, and we got somebody that can testify as to those events. Man, come on, man. That shit was a lie, man. And then, like I said, and then she took the fucking elevator. Yo, in any fire alarm, in any emergency, you're taught as a kid, when it is an emergency in a building, you take the steps. If your life is in line, is in jeopardy, you don't take the elevator. You take the fucking steps. Yeah, she tried right off for the plug, man. What's up, Hog? Yo, we want to know Diddy did some weird things that I would probably constitute as you know, suspect. Yo, but every sex worker that testified said Diddy ain't do no freaky shit to them. Every single one.
Knows right from wrong. Now he knows right from wrong and everything. The only thing that was heartbreaking for me to hear in this whole trial thing and this whole and it was heartbreaking, man. This broke my heart, man, and I don't give a F about this dude. When Quincy said he's my father. When Quincy said he was my father, and that broke my heart, bro. Because I know Al be sure. And I know Al is his father. Diddy might have been his daddy. And for him to go that damn hard and get up there and say what he said, that's the only thing that like broke my heart about this whole shit, bro. You understand? Because I know how Puff, when I was with him, how he treated Kim. And I can imagine when he got to be Diddy and Brother Love and the way some of the stuff Roger Bond said about him, you understand, and how he was doing Kim, that it was crazy. But I know Kim had got brave enough where she was defending herself. So my whole thing about it is that, man, that I know that broke Al heart too, bro.
Not a goddamn thing.
I'm gonna give him a call because you know.
Yeah, I told y'all he just mad. He just mad because he blew the light. That's all, y'all. Like typically, y'all, when Jane Dale talk, it's just he one of the people that we talk. You just don't even listen. I mean, cause he just mad. He can't get over that night. He's living in Groundhog Day, y'all. He's living in Groundhog's Day. Every day he wakes up, he relives blowing the light, Biggie being murdered, him shooting at the dark. Like it hurts him, y'all. It hurts him. I mean, I get it. You know, sometimes it's hard to take accountability when you was wrong. But that's all. That's Jane Dale's biggest issue. You know, he likes to paint it off like it's another reason why he don't like Diddy, because Diddy did things to other people, but no, it ain't. He blew the light, couldn't get a job no more, and now he hate him. That's it. No accountability for the situation that happened. Blame. That's all it is. Him blaming Diddy is just a way for him to duck accountability.
Don't understand that he was brainwashed too. You understand? And a lot of that Al didn't do and couldn't come around is because of Kim was in fear of Puff doing something to Quincy and try to have something to do with
Come on, y'all. This nigga is crazy. Like, yo, how you just say that, yo? Like, okay, who can verify these claims? And maybe she just ain't fuck with Albie Shore. He looks like a fucking weirdo. I mean, maybe his own son don't fuck with him, you know. So it ain't surprising that the mother don't fuck with him when his own son fuck with Diddy more than him. Yo really just said that part of the reason that Kim wasn't fuck with Albie Shore is because she thought that Diddy was going to do something to Albie Shore and Quincy. What? Like, how the fuck you just say that, bro? No proof to back none of this up. Just wild allegations. The same shit he been doing for years. So why is Quincy still, so after all these years, why he just say, you know what, man? Fuck Quincy. He ain't my son anyway. Like, why he never said that, yo? So at this point, he was going to do something to his kids' brother based off of not liking the father. Oh, fuck out of here, man. This nigga's terrible, man. Yeah, you for real? You see what I'm saying, Mark? My man Mark said these are hellfire allegations. like how the fuck do you just say that, bro, with no proof? Just nigga, just all the bitch just talking. Like, yo, prove it, yo. You got any text messages to show this? Can anybody else vouch for this? Like, this nigga is crazy, man. Like, I wouldn't even allow him on my platform to do this. Like, yo, nigga need to stop bringing you up there. Like, it's really, everybody is really wrong in this. Now, I wouldn't allow him to come to my platform and do this, yo. Like, nah, bro, you're not doing that, my nigga.
You understand what I'm saying? But to see that dude go out like that, that was nasty to me, man. Because Al is a good dude.
Hockey is here. The breakaways here. The Ovi goals here.
Yeah.
The Stanley Cup.
He ain't good enough. His father don't fuck with him. I mean, his son don't fuck with him. He ain't that great of a dude. Your son don't want to be around you. He rather be around the other guy.
You know what?
Yeah, he do need to start suing him as soon as he get home.
You know what I'm saying?
Put gag
Al,
orders on
like
him.
I was saying, brother, Al is a good dude. And, you know, when I heard, you know, Quincy and all the other kids, they was apologizing for their father, and they was apologizing for Puff and saying that he's a changed man. And they apologized to Cassie. They apologized to how their father was treating the women. And when I heard the girls them say, I could tell by talking to him now, he's changed and everything. He's changed. That showed to me that he was really not a good person to them. Because they was talking about how much he changed. Or either they was just saying that. Either they was just saying he was changed. You understand? Because do you really believe that he's remorseful for doing all the shit that he did to Cassie, or any other woman that was involved? You know what I'm saying? With all these lawsuits that's coming out, we're going to find out that it's a lot of...
Yo, no, we're not talking about the lawsuits, y'all. We're not doing that. We is not doing that. Yo, them lawsuits is not real. Nobody has yet to be paid from them lawsuits except Cassie. Like, yo, them lawsuits is not real. Man, in fact, let me see if we got. I hit Flim Flam up the other day. Let me see if she sent me them last 2 lawsuits. I've been doing a horrible job of checking my Twitter. What the fuck? Lawsuits ain't fucking real. Nope, she ain't sending them to me.
Other women that he probably put their hands on. There's a lot of other women he probably put their hands on, bruh. With all these other lawsuits come on, because, you know, you can't believe because you seen that Cassie video that that's the only one. If he was doing that, Gina said it. Man, you know, we could watch and see, bro. Because I heard somebody like
That's
two
all
or
he
three
doing.
other people file lawsuits today. So they're going to be going at him, bro. They're going to be going
Yo,
at
none
him.
of them getting paid,
And
yo.
that,
Let me know. Let me know. He should have said, look, Jane did. When one of these lawsuits gets settled, come back up here and explain. Yo, none of them people is getting paid. Yo, we read about 15 of them bitches. Every single lawsuit sounds fictitious. Every single lawsuit. That shit was all part of it. Was all them lawsuits is all part of the slander campaign. That's it, and that's all. It was all part of the media manipulation. He was a part of it. Anybody that pushed them lawsuits as real was a part of the media campaign, slander campaign, either directly or indirectly. If you wasn't smart enough to read them lawsuits and be like, yo, hold the fuck up, yo. So you mean to tell me you was a 13-year-old girl that got dropped off at the VMAs and you just it's cars lined up and you just so happens to run across Diddy driver and he tells you, it's at the party, I know you can't get in, but come back, I'm gonna pick you up. At 13 years old, by yourself, you gets picked up, drove to this mansion, and Diddy sexually assaulted you, man. Like, people wasn't smart enough to read that shit and be like, oh, get the fuck out of here. You better ball something, throw that shit in the trash. Like, man, come on now. Or the other lawsuit, where he supposed to art the girl with the remote control. And then it was a shootout afterwards, and the neighbor came out and like, yo, come on now. Like, yo, I can go on and on for days just off the ones I remember off rip. Them lawsuits was all fake. Nobody's getting paid from them.
that's just a place where they're going to know he's going to be at for the next 2 or 3 years so they can have them papers served on him. Because it's easy to serve them papers on him now because they know he's in the prison system. So a lot of lawsuits going to be served on him right now. Watch and see what I tell you. Though this is just a small part of it, man, I believe that Kim Porter, Big, Craig Mack, Black Rob, and I'm not going to even Wolf, Riz, I'm just mentioning people in the Bad Boy family, bro, is that they can rest in peace knowing that some kind of justice has happened to dude for all his antics, all the that he put people through, all the things that he's done. You understand? Kim Porter decided not to deal with dude no more, bro. Kim Porter decided that she wasn't taking those ass whoopings no more. Hold on.
Why pay full price for that dream TV when you can save a ton on Mac.bid? We sell everything from open box to brand new items.
Kim Porter had decided she wasn't taking those ass whoopings no more. Kim Porter decided she wasn't dealing with Puff no more. You understand? But she may be turning on this over in his grave knowing that his son would even say something about he taught me how to treat women like queens when he got a court case coming up himself. Christian Combs.
Lawsuit.
He said, my father taught me how to treat women like queens. What? Do you know what you said? Do you know what your father is on trial for? Is that the new Diddy that taught you how to do that? Because if you learn from the old Diddy, I'm waiting for Chick to come up with a black eye or something. But in his testimony, my father taught me how to treat women like queens. And I know the judge is looking at that stuff like they just talking. And I don't understand why the judge just the judge let everybody on Diddy team talk, bro. Everybody on Diddy team talk. And that's unusual.
He let every
That's very much unusual in a
He let everybody write them goddamn letters to, and he write them bitches too. Like that's what you supposed to do. Like we supposed to put a limit on them. Look, hey y'all can't talk. No, yo, like you gotta hear both sides. You gotta hear both sides, man. And ultimately, he already had his decision, so that really was just a formality. You know, he knew what he was gonna do when he walked in that fucking courtroom. That's why I don't never get them people the praise. Yeah, man. They know what the fuck they gonna do, man.
Interesting. So he was compassionate, and he gave a heartfelt speech to Diddy now, saying that they'll get through this, they'll be all right, and
Yeah, no, we watched
50
that
years
shit.
is light. 50 months is light. Based in the federal court, bro. A lot of people don't walk out of there, it'd be 100 and better. You understand? The average sentence in the federal court is like 120 something and better. So Diddy won today. Did you know that? He won. People may not look at it, but he won. He only got, I guess they're going to be dancing in front of the court today, and like they did last time, spraying baby oil and stuff, because he only got 50 months.
You knowing Diddy personally, how do you think he's taking this?
Well, me knowing Diddy personally, and back,
But this
I
my
know
thing, though, Iron. When it comes down to that, right? They wrote these letters like I told y'all yesterday. Y'all, I know a situation where a dude got told on, did 10 years and came home and killed the person that told on him. Did 10 years. So Diddy wasn't getting life. So those letters and saying that he needed to remain in jail because I'm in fear for my life was really irrelevant. It was pointless. You understand? Because life is not on the table. So he's gonna come home one day. So let's see if you're gonna be in fear for the moment, in fear too. So we're just gonna be as long as Diddy on the streets, you're gonna be in fear for your life. Y'all, I don't believe that, y'all. Why she wasn't in fear for her life beforehand? Why she wasn't in fear for her life when she tried to extort him? You know, Cassie tried to extort Diddy, right? I mean, what she did would classify as extortion. She called the man, told the man, I want $20 million on writing a book. That's extortion. A tell-all book about our whole relationship. Why she wasn't in fear when she did that? If anything, she should have been petrified. You just extorted a billion. You just tried to extort a billionaire. He could have took 5 of that 20 that he paid you and put that shit on your head, and she'd have been gone. Man, she wasn't scared of that man, man. I don't even think Cassie was moving on her own accord. When you hear people that watch that testimony, they say look like Cassie didn't want to be there. I don't even think Cassie wrote that letter, to be honest.
old Diddy. The old Diddy probably would have fell on his knees crying and going crazy. But you got to realize we're looking at the 2025 Diddy that was.
Yeah, but the feds will get involved to after the lawsuit, one of those. Yeah, she got away with that shit. The feds didn't get involved to after the lawsuit was settled.
On all kinds of drugs. You know, like he said, those 20-some years that he was on the drug changed him, bro. Changed who he was as a person, a man, a friend, a fellow crew member. It changed him. He was no longer the dude that we knew as Puff. So my whole thing about it is that old Diddy would have fell out. He wouldn't. He couldn't take it. He wasn't built like that. But drugs and money and power change who people are. And this Diddy, you know, was a changed dude. So now he'll come out probably a better person. Because I don't think he would ever want to ever after this do anything to get back in jail. But then again, I've seen dudes that say they ain't going back, and they go back. I've seen dudes come out and say they never going back, and they never go back. You never know. I just believe that this all is going to change him for the better. It may.
I think
hope it
Diddy
do.
need to come home and do a welcome home freak
For his
off.
sake.
Freak off extravaganza. You know what I mean? Invite motherfucking Tisa Tells first. You know, we gotta get that Ariel Mitchell girl in there somehow. Massive freak off event. That's what they need to do. These people, because this shit was terrible, yo. Like I said, yo, if they gonna come at the Diddy, man, what the fuck is OnlyFans doing? Yeah, how do they get Diddy before they get OnlyFans? Oh, they say, yo, Diddy spent $1.5 million in the course of these, at least in the course of these freak offs. He spent money. Shit, I think Diddy was, I mean, Diddy was donating to charity. The fuck you ain't? He could, that should have been a tax write-off. It should have been a tax write-off, y'all. Diddy was donating to the less fortunate, paying these motherfuckers $5,000 to have sex with pretty women. I think that's a good deal. The fuck you mean? Diddy was donating to charity, man. Diddy was doing God's work, man. You feel me? But yo, Diddy need to keep freaking off, man. Straight up and down, man. OnlyFans getting away with it. Yo, there's no difference than what Diddy was doing, based off what he got found guilty for. It's no different than what Diddy was doing than what they doing at OnlyFans. OnlyFans models are going state to state having sex for payment. They didn't even get paid. Diddy spent money. Yo ain't get paid? That man spent money, man. These people crazy, y'all. Y'all switch over to 6ix9ine. Y'all coming to get on his ass. Then they a fuck boy. I hope this is his last interview. I don't want to hear nothing else from him. So 6ix9ine is over there on Vlad TV lying. Lying ass. I meant to talk about his ass a couple days ago. Act like he a motherfucking gangster. Here we go. Now I'm so mad, y'all, that 6ix9ine is back. I told y'all I thought we got rid of 6ix9ine. I thought, you know, he was a thing of the past, but fucking Seti Nash and 1090 Jake then brought his ass back with DJ Academics and Whack 100. They brought this motherfucker back. Now he talks about him getting kidnapped. Yeah, for Rat the Rat. Yeah, we got to talk about these niggas, man, because not, you know, this shit is contagious. People gonna start thinking this the way of life. You know, you got to let people know, man, these guys are dishonorable. Now 6ix9ine. I think 6ix9ine was a federal informant from the beginning, first and foremost. I think 6ix9ine came into the game as a Fed agent, and he was he was sent to take down the Treyways and the Blood, whatever the fuck Blood gang they from. I think he was the informant the whole time, and the reason why I think that is because damn near all the counts and all the charges that these guys caught was done under the direction of 6ix9ine. Now, I told 6ix9ine this, like, yo, you lucky. They shouldn't have had 6ix9ine around nothing. You know what I mean? If they was going to use 6ix9ine for the monetary value that he brought to the situation, yo, they supposed to made sure that he wasn't around nothing. He didn't know nothing. He didn't see nothing. Because I think most people with sense knew that 6ix9ine wasn't no motherfucking gangster. Or not even involved in that. He ain't gotta be a gangster. He not even a stand-up man. You understand? He never been in the streets. It's Danny. I mean, I think most people with knowledge knew that, yo, he just was talking. I mean, he's really a good kid. You understand what I'm saying? So for them to allow him to get that deep into the game the way so he actually put money on people's head and and they moving off his word was crazy. But to say he was a civilian after he participated in a lot of these crimes indirectly, you know, because they ain't putting no work in. I think that's a mischaracterization of what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, for real.
So you go and shoot the music video for Fifi, and then you start heading home, and everything goes bad.
No, I shot Fifi in LA. Remember the whole shooting happened with Kanye and Nicki, remember? Oh, hold on, I'm lying. That's just way after. That's mama.
Okay,
That's
okay,
mama.
right.
I shot in LA Fifi,
Right.
right? I shot Fifi in LA like around early July or late June.
Right. You fly back to New York.
I fly back to New York. I'm editing the video. Nicki, you know, she wants a proper rollout. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like next day. I shoot the video and I release it the next day. That's how I am.
Yeah, she didn't want to do that.
She doesn't do things like that. It's my record, but she has to make sure, like, you know, it gets the right playlist and all that shit. So 2 weeks, I'm editing the video. I'm in my house editing at 33 Kingston. Was it 30 Kingston or 33? Some shit like that. At 4 a.m., I called Trife, Andrew, and I'm like, yo, I'm coming to your house. I just need to put the titles on the thing. You know, there's a couple things that need to be fixed. I already edited the video. I just needed, like, the titles, the graphics, whatever I needed at that time. He's like, all right, pull up. I leave Starlets. I go back home. Long story short, I get in the car 4 a.m. I get followed, tap me. It's all on, you know, it's on YouTube.
All this came out, yeah.
That was July 21st or 22nd?
22nd.
22nd.
So as you're driving home, you get kidnapped.
Yeah. No, as I'm driving to Park Slope.
Aha.
Yeah.
How did the kidnapping actually happen?
It's on video. I get hit from behind.
Now look at this, y'all. He's trying to paint this narrative that all of this just happened by mistake. Now we found out that his driver was a federal fucking informant. Come on now. Out of all the drivers in the world, I'm sure limousine service is a lucrative business that a lot of people get involved in. Out of all the drivers in the world, he has a federal informant driving him around. He tried to act like, he was a federal informant. Bitch, you was a federal informant. Y'all both was fucking federal informants.
I get in the car 4 a.m. I get followed, tap me. It's all on, it's on YouTube.
All this came out, yeah.
That was July 21st or 22nd?
22nd.
22nd.
So as you're driving home, you get kidnapped.
Yeah. No, as I'm driving to Park Slope.
Aha.
Yeah.
How does the kidnapping actually happen?
It's on video. I get hit from behind. I get bumped from behind. And you know how insurance on that. Remember, my driver.
So picture this. You're on a flight, your little seat back movie is starting, and you're fancy over there.
Listen to how you try to paint this. Yo, that's why they can't do interviews with anybody. Yo, because he wouldn't be able to tell me this story. And I just listen. Come on, y'all. Look how close you is with this guy. And y'all both the fucking police. You feel me? Y'all both was the police, man. You take a picture with this man, you ain't know he was the fucking police. Hit the cash app. Same most. I get it right now.
It's an informant.
Yeah.
Already at the time. Remember he had what's it called? Starlink? Was that shit called? OnStar.
Yeah.
People gonna skip this clip. They're gonna skip it. You know what I mean? Yo, bro, Vlad, I don't talk facts.
Talk facts.
Who was the driver when I got kidnapped?
The informant.
The informant.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how they know about that? I never even knew there was a video.
Right. He had a camera in the
It was
car,
called
right?
OnStar. Yeah, I recorded phone calls. I mean, it recorded just everything.
Recorded everything.
How that shit works. Yeah. I don't know how that shit works. The driver was already an informant. So when I get kidnapped, I don't even know that. Remember, they telling him they're gonna deport him, ICE, they're gonna take his kids. You know how that shit goes. So I get kidnapped, I get hit from behind, he comes out.
Give me everything, nigga. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car, nigga. Get in the car, nigga. No, stop.
Hit the cash app, man. What you talking about? Yeah, we take hourly donations over here, man. Umar Johnson told us. Yeah, Umar Johnson told us that you're not a supporter unless you hit the cash app. So look, right? Yo, 6ix9ine should have got like yo. Let me tell y'all something, right? And I told this to 6ix9ine. Y'all know me and 6ix9ine inbox buddies. You feel me? I be trolling a bit inbox sometimes when I feel like it. But yo, 6ix9ine got kidnapped almost for the same reasons I said YSL would have killed Young Thug. Y'all remember I said that? And the reason why? The reason why I said yo YSL would eventually kill Young Thug is because how he was treating them boys. You understand? You can't use us when it's beneficial and then dub us off when it ain't. Use us for your image. But then when we go to jail, you don't want to kick out no bail money. You don't want to pay no lawyers. Eventually, yo, that creates a toxic situation. Eventually, somebody's gonna start feeling like, yo, we getting a short end of the stick. You understand? Now, with 6ix9ine situation with these guys was 6ix9ine tried to separate from these guys. 6ix9ine wouldn't have never gotten this big without them. Just like a lot of these rappers. You know, I think that's like a play with hip hop. You know, you got to connect yourself to a gang. You know, Blueface did it. Lil Wayne did it. You know, that's the thing with hip hop. It's happening in the blog space too. You know, you got CSI Ceddy Nash, the fake Crip, where you got to connect yourself to a gang in order for you to gain credibility in a culture. That's for some reason, that's how it gets perceived. Or whoever's, you know, putting this play together, that's how they think. So, yo, I ain't had no problem with these niggas kidnapping 6ix9ine for real. I probably kidnapped his ass too if you use me to get up and then try to separate from me. I think I probably wanted to kidnap his ass too. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie at all. But he tells this story like his life was in danger, like they was gonna kill him. Yeah, they wasn't trying to kill this boy, man. They wasn't trying to kill him. This was just a scared tactic to say, yo, stop playing with us, bro.
Get out, get in the car, get in the car, get in the car, nigga. Get in the car, nigga. No, stop. Chill. Where your man at? Where your man at? Give me your money. Where your money at? Where your money at? Get in the car, get in the car. All right, get in the car. He's gonna shoot you. No, you say get in the car. Get in the car. Shop. Open the door. Let me open it. Oh, no, Get in the car. Get in it. That's what I'm doing. Get the fuck in here. Ain't nobody in here. Why are you doing all that, man? I want to talk to you. About what? About what? Why you yelling at me? What you mean, shake, man? Give me the phone. I'll try to call you, bro. So why ain't got your number? Because I asked you your number. Bugging on, son. Oh, you know I gave you bugging, son. I've always been right by you. Yeah, but why you do me like that, bro? I've always been put money in your pocket, bro. I'm scared, bro. I don't know if this is like an extortion. Where the fuck is everything, man? I want to come. Get in the car with us, man. Bye, nigga. Bye. Give me the phone. Get out of here. You gonna talk to him.
He said I will go in the car with you. I didn't even catch that part.
Right. Get in the car.
So he wasn't even gonna kidnap.
Wix, one platform, any website.
He offered it. So you talking about you was in fear for your life, and you offered to go in the car with these niggas? You knew them boys weren't gonna kill you, man. They just wanted to get some straightening. Yeah, man. That's all this was. We just wanted to get an understanding of what the fuck you was doing.
You know, yeah, there's on video, whatever the case. I spoke about it already. Mm-hmm. The feds find out, so they start I don't know how that shit happened. They just built the case and added that to the case. But mind you, who told them I got kidnapped in the first place?
The informant, the driver.
They gonna skip this clip. They gonna be like, yo, fuck. Yo, go to the clip where he say,
You know what I mean? It's our fans. People don't like facts, bro.
The informant driver.
Okay, so you get bumped from behind. You get out of the car.
I get out the car. No, before I get out the car, like it's you see it on video. Like niggas, when I look to the right, I was like, oh shit, it's over. It's over. Like you know what I mean? So before I even get out the car, I'm like, Jorge got out the car because you know how insurance work, yo. I call my insurance, you call your insurance, whole shit. But like I said, bro, I already knew it was over. I said it's over. Like you know what I mean?
So you thought you were gonna get killed?
Yeah, I thought it was over because I seen who it was.
Niggas weren't gonna kill you. If they wanted to kill, they would have killed him, man. Like in that situation, in the middle of the night, if they wanted to kill you, he'd have been dead, bro. It wouldn't have been no space. It wouldn't have been no pulling up talking. They'd have murdered him. His life wasn't in danger. You know, he might have felt like it. You know, because he's scared. It's Danny from the curb. But they wasn't trying to kill that boy, man. He'd have been dead if they was really trying to kill him.
And mind you, damn, that's a whole nother conversation. But us.
Well, who it was Harv.
Yeah, as non-trade.
Who got convicted later on for this?
It was already split. Like our gang already split. You know what I mean?
Well,
it was like 3 different units.
Why was it split at that point?
It was split because niggas was like people gonna, like I said, they're gonna skip this, they gonna ignore it. It's facts. These niggas didn't know how to share. You know what I mean? If we all lit and we all making money, remember when I met Shotty, where was he sleeping at? Where was he sleeping at?
You said on the carpet.
On the carpet.
Yeah.
Was Shotty established?
No.
No? How many people you interviewed part of my case?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Did they tell you Shotty was a millionaire? Did they tell you Shotty had a penthouse? So I leveled these niggas up.
Right.
See, yo, but
they didn't want.
Yo, that's not what. It's not how. It's nah, yo. Y'all both benefited. You know what I mean? Y'all both benefited. Y'all hate when niggas do that, yo. Like, yo, you can't do that, yo. Like I always tell you, yo. Drill music would have not got as big if it wasn't for the drillers, man. You can't act like now you did it on your own. Oh, I leveled these niggas up. Nah, bro. Without these niggas, you'd have never been accepted. Without them boys right there, he'd have never been accepted. Without him being able to go to that block and doing that Gummo song with all them bloods around him and all them red, yo, you would have never been accepted, bro. They was the police the whole time.
To share. They didn't want.
So
we a team.
So they started fighting amongst each other.
They started fighting amongst each other because everybody wanted to get next to me. I'm already feeding like we a team, nigga. And I'm not using y'all. I'm going on drills with y'all, nigga. I'm lying. The facts of the case, I'm lying.
Right. So
Vlad, am I lying?
You're not lying.
I'm going on drills with these niggas and we all eating together.
Now he going on drills. No,
so Harv was wearing a mask.
Nah.
So you knew it was Harv.
I said it was over. I said
I told that nigga 6'9", you shouldn't have been around the drill. Not a fire drill, a safety drill, a drill sergeant. Like he shouldn't have been nowhere near drill. That's where they went wrong at. Only drills he should have been around is fucking home improvement. I mean, if you try to build a house or build a deck, other than that, you should be around those motherfucking drills, man. At all.
In a mask.
Right. You get pistol whipped. And then they put you in the back of the car and they go to your house to get the rest of your jewelry?
Yeah, with Sarah, yeah.
With Sarah.
Came back around like maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. I was up. My daughter was sleeping. His mom was in the house. And he was releasing Fifi the next day. He was on the laptop with the driver in the house. And he was like, I need to leave. I'm
with
going
the driver.
to try.
He's on a laptop with the driver. The federal informant. He on a laptop with the federal informant. Yo, get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all broke y'all move, man. Them people you been working with the feds. They been hooked you up with the driver just in case anything go down. Like ain't nobody fucking stupid. I'm mad Vlad. See, that's why these guys only do interviews with people like that. Like, he couldn't tell you it was a big play. Yo, all the accounts was under 6ix9ine direction. The Chief Keef situation, the situation with Casanova. Like, yo, majority of the accounts that these guys got found guilty on was under the direction. They set him up. It was set up the whole time.
Drew's house so he can color correct the video for me.
That's why they tried so hard. That's why they tried so hard to bring him back into the culture. After he ratted.
Alright, that's nothing out of the ordinary. He'll break night editing a video. You know? Just so he can push it the next day. Like, so I'm like, at this point I'm mad at him. So I'm not he was in LA with some other girl. So I'm like not really paying him mind. I'm like, whatever, leave, I don't care. And no more than like 20 minutes later, I get a call from him. I'm like, I was about to head in the shower, and he's like, "Oh, Sarah, where's the baby?" And I found that very odd. Like, what do you mean, where's the baby? She's home. She's sleeping. You were just here. Like, you know that. So that immediately was like, what? Why are you asking about the baby? He was like, don't say nothing. Don't. Just do everything I tell you to do. So I'm like, what's going on? He was like, I want you to take the jewelry that I have downstairs on the table and wrap it the way I wrap it and put it in the bag and bring it down to me. I'm like, what's going on? He was like, don't ask me no questions. Please just do everything I tell you to do. So at this point, I'm not thinking that he's in any danger. I'm thinking that he did something or got caught up in something that he has to grab his jewelry and be out. So I take the jewelry, I wrap it up. I'm in a towel, mind you. And I go downstairs and I call him. I'm like, I'm downstairs. Where are you? And he's like, I'm pulling up right now. He hangs up the phone on me. So a car pulls up in front of our building that I don't recognize. Is not the driver's car. So I'm just looking. And a dude with a hoodie on comes running up the steps and is in front of me. And so I'm just like looking in the car and I back up behind the door and I'm just looking at this dude like, who the fuck are you? And I guess they saw that I wasn't giving the bag of jewelry to the dude. So they lowered down the window just enough so he can yell to me and like, Sarah, give the bag to him. So I'm like, all right, I heard his voice. I saw a little bit of his hair. He's telling me to give the bag to him. I'm going to give the bag to him. So I give the bag of jewelry to the dude. He goes, runs in the passenger seat, and the car burns rubber and skirts off. So I'm like, what the fuck? So after that, I lock the doors. I run upstairs and I'm calling him. And I'm calling him.
Police drills.
He picks up a FaceTime call, and he's in a car, like in the back seat. And I see his eye bloody, and his face is so swollen. And I'm crying. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
All they did was he just got a DP. Yeah, man, that's all. Something Sonny Nash need to get to. They just DP'd him, yo. You know, it's gang activity, yo. It's nothing to see here, man. You know, typical gangbanger stuff that happens.
Someone in a car was like, oh, you want us to take you back home? And he's like, no, don't take me back home. They're trying to kill me. So I'm crying. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he hangs up the phone on me.
All right. When you go to the house.
Mind you, at trial, nobody knows it. At trial came out that Sarah texted Chanel my address. Nobody knew where I lived at. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to say.
On purpose?
It came out in the trial when they went through his phone. You know how the feds going through people's phone? My baby mom was the one who texted the ops my address. Oh.
Okay, so you get pistol whipped.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they
it's
take
just,
you.
like, it's not. But I'm the bad guy.
Right. Okay, so you get pistol whipped, kidnapped. They take you to the house to get the rest of your jewelry. And you basically tell her to bring down all your jewelry.
CSI said it. The cop called the crib. Yeah, he signed up for this, man.
Plus, it was like.
Yeah, I don't have remorse, yo, when gang shit happen to gangbangers on behalf of their gang. Like I don't, man. That's how that shit work. Nipsey Hussle situation, his situation. Oh, that's your gang members kill each other. That's what they do. If you involve yourself in the gang, you're more than likely you're going to be killed by one of your gang members. Like it happens. You know, I done seen this shit a million times over. You know what you sign up for. You know what I mean? Maybe you shouldn't have decided to be a gangbanger, man, if you ain't know that, you know, they kill each other all the time. And it happens, you know. Like I don't have no remorse when gang members get done wrong by their own gang. That's par for the course. It's typical. It's not out the ordinary. It's more ordinary than it's not.
Ash, and then you actually managed to escape. How did you manage to escape that situation?
I got out the back seat
and just ran.
Yeah, I just opened that shit, ran.
Okay, so you just get kidnapped by people who you thought were down with you and robbed and almost killed.
Those are my friends. You get it?
Yeah.
Like people that
or so you think.
Nah, as I know, like you know what I mean.
Well,
like I know
your friends don't kidnap you.
But this is what I'm saying. So why am I? So did I snitch on
might,
I did some young
shit.
It's
not true, man. It depends. It depends on what happened. You feel me? Depends on what kind of friends you got. You understand? If you out here hanging with niggas that's on that, your friends might kidnap you, right? You know, stay away from them type of people, man. He shouldn't have been aligned with them people. They wasn't living the same life. You understand? They probably wouldn't have did that to another friend. No, but since he was playing, you know, it happens.
Just on my friend.
Nah, but he ain't even really telling the truth though, OG. He's sitting there in line, like him and that limousine driver wasn't working together. Like he ain't know he was a Fed agent. They both was Fed agents from the very beginning, man. From the very, very beginning. They both was Fed agents. Money Mitch.
You telling me as a wait, hold on, no, hold on. You just said they're not my friends. So why am I so bashed for cooperating with people that you? I'm jacking. I thought they was my friends.
Yeah.
But
that's what I'm saying. You thought they were your friends.
Looking in, you're telling me right now they're not my friends.
Of course not.
So why are people so mad at me for doing what I did?
Because he's a rat.
Right, because I remember hearing the recording, like after you ran off and after the kidnapping happened, your driver calls the police to report what happens. Right?
Hello. Buen día. Necesito que llame a la policía. Acaban de secuestrar a mi hermano.
My brother had just look. My brother, that might be code word for my partner. Look, my brother has been kidnapped. That must be code word, yo. That's the code word they use. He really been my partner.
Policía, acaban de secuestrar a mi hermano. Por favor.
Why he ain't call my client? You know, my boss. You understand what I'm saying? If obviously 6ix9ine was employing you, so why would you call me your brother, man? They was working the whole time.
Gracias. ¿Explícamente en español? Sí. All right. He's on the line with us. Kidnapped 6ix9ine. Tekashi 6ix9ine? He just kidnapped from my car. I don't understand. What? Tekashi 6ix9ine. You know Tekashi 6ix9ine, the rapper? The singer? Yeah, they just kidnapped it. We get pulled over, right, by two guys with guns, and they just take it off from the car. Take him? Yes. Where this happen? Yeah, right here, around the corner. I tried to keep going, but they when I got too close to him to take the play, the guy come on and tried to shoot me, so I back it up and I came this way.
So now this escalates the whole situation.
He was already the police, but he had to document it.
Right, I'm saying no. He called it in though.
Yeah.
I heard the recording.
Did I call it in?
No, he called it in.
That's how he gained
so why am I so bashed though? Like,
right. But I remember you posted a picture of you pistol whipped afterwards. You were in the hospital and so forth, but you didn't say what happened at that point.
No.
So
all part of the play. All part of the play. You post a picture of you in a hospital pistol whip. Come on, man. Ain't nobody fucking sleep at 6ix9ine. You tell that shit to Vlad, dumbass. That story wouldn't fly on KPG News. I'd have dug into that story and proved, like, man, you lying, man. Just admit you set them people up, man. Yeah, because you know, yeah, I mean, he got caught. You know, that's why he sit there and thought about it for a minute. Like, oh shit, what the fuck can I say? I did post a picture.
You say that again because people gonna skip this shit. At that time, did I say
No, you didn't say anything. You just said you got pistol whipped. Well, you showed pictures of yourself.
No, I just sent it because it was gonna find out.
Yeah.
Remember, you know my laptop was. Remember, I had the laptop. Remember, I told you I was leaving my crib to edit the video. The laptop is gone. Everything is gone. And remember, I already sent it out for draft. Remember, I needed the titles. The video's done. It just needed the titles. So Fifi is actually like a draft part of the video. People don't like facts, so it's just crazy.
You know, I fucking lying, nigga. Lying ass nigga. Yo, good goddamn well, man. Yeah, they staged that shit, man, the whole time, man. He lined them boys up, man. Lined them up, used them to get into the industry, told on them, thought that he was gonna be able to come home and be who he was in the community, so he can do it again. Y'all remember he came home and he was antagonizing Dirk. Y'all remember that, right? He tried to trick Dirk out. This man's a fuck, yo. That's not normal behavior, yo. That's what people gotta understand, yo. When you see these things, yo, it's so easy to spot out. You just came home for the phase, and now, fuck King Von. I'm gonna go to his yo. What are you doing, bro? You's a fucking agent, my nigga. It's a fucking agent. Right. Now, Harry and Shotty got like 10. A lot of them boys score hella time, man. A lot of them boys score hella time, man. Man, work with them people, man. And look at the attempts, and look who he links up with. Whack 100, another Fed agent. Like, yo, a lot of these guys is feds. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling you. I ain't got no proof. I'm just going off of common knowledge. You feel me? He comes straight home, links up with Wack, just like Troy Ave did when he told. Remember Troy Ave told and linked up with Wack? It's like they try to use Wack as the go-between. Now, years later, look who Wack is. I'm exposing paperwork. Like, oh, these people work with, yo, the federal government is working online. They're working online, man. You don't know who these fucking people is, man. They using these Instagram pages. They doing it on. Yo, we living in wild times, y'all. Straight up and down. That's the best way I can explain it. I'm just stay vigilant. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. Yo, stay vigilant, yo, and believe some of what you see and none of what you hear. I'm telling you, these guys, you don't know who the fuck they is. 1090 Jakes, the Trenches News is like I told y'all the other day. You got Trenches News, Seti Nash, 1090 Jake, 16 Shot, all been on the news for one reason or another. Yo, how many people you know from the neighborhood that actually been on the news? Like, they actually been on the news. Like, Cameron was talking about a crime. Yo, so that's rare in itself. That's rare in itself, right? So with that being rare, you got at least 4 people. Exactly. I don't know none either. So you got at least 4 people that been on the news talking about crimes. And now they got YouTube pages with 200,000 subscribers. You know how hard it is to get 200,000 subscribers? So what I'm saying is, what's the odds of the same people that been on the news are now the same people that got some of the largest platforms in the community, got some of the biggest voices in the community? Come on, y'all. That shit not normal, man. Niggas work with the police, man. You feel me? Like, that shit is... Niggas work with the police, man. So you got... It's rare to get that many subscribers. You see how they play with me. If anybody should have been there, it should have been me if everything was organic. But it's rare to even get to that level of success on YouTube. So you got 2 rarities. It's rare you find a dude from the neighborhood that went to the news and talked about crimes. And it's rare to even get to that level, but you got you got a few of these people that did it. And it's probably more. It's probably a lot more. You know, that's just the ones I can think of offhand. But and make sure I hit that like button. Yo, appreciate everybody that tapped in. Make sure Sleep to My Man Robert for the $10 super sticker. Share the live, and we gotta start sharing the lives. We still not doing good with sharing the lives. It's another day of KBG News, and I'm out.